we discuss about the introduction to object-oriented programming. So object-oriented programming is a concept to develop the program. So by using object-oriented programming, we can reuse the existing code. Without the deep knowledge of programming, we can write a very critical program. That is, object-oriented programming consists of class, object, data encapsulation and abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism. So what is a class? So class is a blueprint of an object. Class is a blueprint of an object. Class like an apple tree. Class like an apple tree, object like an apple. But that apple tree contains the properties of apple, that is color, size, taste, the method to process the apple, that is the process of a seed to plant and flower to fruit. These are the methods. So all the properties and methods are already stored in apple tree. Based on that property and method, it give apple. So apple is a object. That object consists of all properties and method of apple tree. So class is a blueprint of an object. Based on the blueprint, we can create the object. That is apple tree is a blueprint. Based on that blueprint, it make apple. So apple is a object. So class contains data, also called as properties. Functions are method. So class contains data and function. Object is a copy of class, which include data and function. So object is a copy of class which include data and functions. So based on that function and class, the copy created as object, by using object we access and utilize the function and data. Another example, cookie cutter. So cookie cutter is a class. The cookies are object. So the all properties are available in that cookies, because based on the cookie cutter, the diameter of the cookie cutter, the size, depth, based on that property, so the object are, that is cookies are created. So cookie cutter is a class, the cookies are object. Dosa pan is a class. Dosa are objects. So we access object, we access data and function through object. We cannot access through class. So we can access object, we can't access class. We can eat apple, we cannot eat apple tree. We can eat cookies, we cannot eat cookie cutter. We eat dosa, but we cannot able to eat dosa pan. So through object only we can access the data and method. That is, all object oriented programming concepts are based on class and object. So class and object are the raw material for all paradigm of OOPS. Object oriented programming concept consists of 4 pillars. One is data abstraction, second is inheritance, third polymorphism, fourth one is data encapsulations. That is data abstraction and encapsulation for data security. Inheritance for reusage. Polymorphism also for reusage in another manner. We will discuss about the 4 pillars one by one. Data abstraction. So object oriented concept, all object oriented concept based on the style of nature. That is, nature has some classes. Based on that classes, objects are created. But we are using that objects. Example, rose plant. Rose plant is a class. So the object is rose flower, but we use flower. but all properties and methods are stored in rose plants. By using hybrid plantation, we make another kind of rose plant. That is, we joined two variety of rose plants. Then we make hybrid plantation in that plant. So different rose flowers in that plant has different rose flowers, because the both rose plants concepts, that is properties and objects, the properties and functions of both plants are stored in a new plant. So in that new plant we get different flowers. So natures, based on that nature, the object-oriented programming concepts developed. That is, in nature, the data abstraction. In nature, parent-child. Parents have some habits, disease, then some characters, activities. So that all characters and activities are derived to child. That child has all characters, activities, disease, habits, and all are stored in the DNA of that child. This is nature way. So all features of parents are derived to child at the time of birth. But some disease, some characters, some activities, habits are hidden. This is data abstraction. Data hiding or data slicing is data abstraction. So some additional features added to that child. So this is a way of nature. In object-oriented programming concept, already one class is there. That is, for example, class book. That class consists of title, author, ID, check-in, check-out. Then we create an object from that class. The all properties and function of that class is available in my book, the object of my book. We can add some features, additional features. That is Java today. Some additional feature, check-in, check-out is derived from the base class, that is book class. So book class, we can hide some property and function from the my book. We can extract some data and function to my book. The data extraction is called data abstraction. That is, we extract few members of that class. We can hide unnecessary, that is unwanted members of that class. This is data abstraction. Then second one is inheritance. So this is a parents. This parent has some own habit, characters and activities and all things. That is, the father has some activities, habit, disease and all things. He has some activities and characteristics. The mother also has some activities and characteristics. So child, that child is inherited from that parents. The child is inherited from that parents. That parents' properties are copied to child. The parents' properties are copied to child. The habit and activities, characteristics of these parents are stored to child. In nature way, that is in scientific words, it is stored in DNA. So based on the, some characteristics and activities are hidden by data abstraction. So the inheritance is the existing class. The existing class has some data and function. If we want to add some function and data without disturbing the existing class. We can derive a new class from the existing class. That existing class is a parent class. The new class is a child class. We can add some data and function, that is some features to the derived class. So this is inheritance. The inheritance is also a reusage. We can hide some data, that is we can extract some data from the parent. We can add some features to the child. This is inheritance. That is all character and activities of parents has inherited to their child. The new things may be added to child. But all features are copied to child. But some features are hidden. We cannot access that. Some new features are added to that child. In inheritance, for example, so this is a base class. This is a base class. So this one is a child class. So this is derived from, the child is derived from base class. That is inherited from base class. The all characteristics and activities are copied to that child class. But some property and activities are hidden by data abstraction and data encapsulation. In this example, there is two parent class. This dot represent the properties. In this class, this is a first class. In this class, the small dot, total is 6 dot. So it is a big dot, 4 dot. So these two are parent class. These two are parent class. These 4 are child class. So this class also derived from the two parent class. This class also derived from. So these are all the new classes. But each and every class derived from the two class. This is the parent class. This child has same feature of the first class. This child same feature of the parent class, that is parent class, the first class, it is a second class. It copied all features of first class of parent, but it hide all features of second class of parents. But the next child class, but it hide, it is combined characteristics and activities of that parent class. So it has only small dot, only 4 dot is there, no big dot is there. So this is hidden. The first parent class 2 dot hidden, the second parent class 4 dot hidden. Here the big dot is 6 big dot. So it derived the 4 big dot from the parent class. Then it added 2 big dot, the 4 big dot with 2 big dot. So it added some features. The fourth one is, it is copied all features of the both class, but the first class features are hidden. The second class features are appear here, that is 4 big dot. But so inheritance is derived new class from existing class. This is the inheritance. If we want to add some features, or if we want to slice some features, we can use inheritance. Polymorphism. The word of polymorphism means of many form. Many form, that is one act as another. That is one word has different meaning based on the situation. In our human life, that is we use human languages. a single word, we can use in different area, but it has different meaning. So a word polymorphism means of many form. One act as another based on the position and requirement. Based on the position and requirement, one act as another. That is, one give a new meaning based on that position and requirement. So this is a kind of this is a polymorphism. This diagram, this is an example. So on human, some birds, a dog, cat. So it gives some sound, but all are creating sound. The sounds are different, but the human also creates some sound. The dog also creates some sound. Cat also creates some sound. Duck also creates some sound, but all are create some sound. The sound is common based on the person, that is based on the position, based on the person, the sound will differ. This is a kind of polymorphism. So this is a butterfly. This diagram, it consists of four butterfly. Each butterfly has some different design. Based on that situation, the common name is butterfly. Based on the property, we can use the butterfly. We can select the butterfly. Based on the position requirement, we can access the butterfly. That is, we can use the butterfly. So in object-oriented programming, we can add new meaning to the existing function. This is overloading. We can give additional meaning to the existing function. So already one function is available in that program, that is in that class. Already one function is available. That function has some definition. So it has some meaning. But if we want to give additional definition in the name of in the same name of function, this is overloading. The overriding is also a kind of polymorphism. That is, a parent class has a function in a specific name. It has some definition and it has a function. In the same name, we can define a function in derived class, that is child class. That is, parent function also has a specific function. In child function also has a function in the same name of parent class. But it is some properties, it is differ by some properties, that is data, number of data or type of data, like the designs of butterfly. So based on that property, that is based on the type of data, it select the definition. This is overriding. The virtual function, that is overloading, overriding, virtual function are the concept of polymorphism. That is, we can give additional meaning to the existing one. This is the major part of polymorphism. If we access the definition, that is, if we access the function, but it has different version. If we access the function, it select based on the requirement, select and based on the position, it select any one of the function. The same name, it has more than one function. In the time of accessing, it select any one based on the position and the requirement. This is a polymorphism. Data encapsulation, that is encapsulate, that is container. Encapsulation is a create containing container, that is grouping. Encapsulation is another name of group. In a class, we encapsulate some methods, that is function and datas, that is public functions, public methods, method also called as function, called function, private data, private methods. So we bundled together by a class. So that class is a encapsulation. We can interact that member. We can interaction that member by using interface. We interaction by using interfaces. We interface that. The all are bundled. That is all are encapsulated. We can interact only. We cannot see the details of that member. That is data encapsulation is a mechanism of bundling the data and the function. So it is a mechanism of bundling the data and the function. That is grouping the data and the function for the security purpose. So the users can access that members. They cannot able to view the definition of that method. They cannot see the methods and the data for security purpose. The user can access. So this is the data encapsulation. It associates with code and data. That encapsulation associate with the code and the data. It manipulates into a single unit. We can collect and make a single unit. We can collect the data and related code and make a single unit. So it is keep them safe from external interference and misuse. So it's only for data security. If we develop a class, if we develop a specific class, that the development of class is not easy based on the requirement. If we want to develop a biometric related class, that is if we want to bind a face or fingerprint, so that related classes we study about the fingerprint or face metric devices, then we analyze it, then we create own algorithm and methodology. We create class, and that class developed by a team. So we invested more for that class. If we sell that code, if we allow the accessibility of all data and function, the buyers can easily develop own coding for that biometrical process. So the user can access the future of that class. The user cannot view, that is cannot view or utilize the code. They can access and use that class only. So we are the sole control to that program. If we want to make any changes for that biometrical related class, we can change only. The user cannot able to change that, and user cannot able to see the code and data members. So it keeps them safe from external interferences and misuse. This is the data encapsulation. We bundle the data methods to avoid the external interferences and misuse. We allow only access to the data and the method. We don't allow the internal operations of function and data. This is data encapsulation. So that is what is the difference between data abstraction and encapsulation. Data abstraction and encapsulation for data security. Data abstraction is a data slicing. Data encapsulation is a hiding. Data abstraction, we extract the data. That is the difference is, the first difference of abstraction and encapsulation is extracting data or withdrawing unnecessary data. We extract, we select specific data. We omit unnecessary data. This is data abstraction. In data encapsulation, bind or group the data to keep safe from outside interference and misuse. For data security, we bind or group the data to keep safe from outside interferences and misuse. The second difference is, in abstraction, it can use by using interface and abstract class. By using interface and abstract class, we can create abstract. By using interface and abstract class, we utilize the abstraction in program. In encapsulation, private, product and public, that is based on the access. By using access modifier, we apply encapsulation. Abstraction, to solve the problem in design level at the time of program development. So at the time of designing the program, the abstraction is help to design level, but the encapsulation is the implementation level, that is developing level. Data abstraction, hiding implementation using abstract class and interface. We can hide the implementation, that is definition. Implementation is a definition. We can hide the definition of a function, that is implementation of a function, using abstract class and interface. In encapsulation, it is hiding data using getters and setters. We can hide the data using get and set, that is getters and setters. This is the difference between abstraction, data abstraction and data encapsulation. Both are to give the data to give the security to the class and the object. So the very important is the security of class is very important rather than class development, because after development, so anybody can use the class. They know the internal coding of that class. They can develop own coding, but it is the process of copy. They can easily copy anyone, but the invention, that is the creation, is very difficult. So it required more time and more money, that is a team. It's required some more human power, but the copy is very easy. So we want to protect the class, we want to give the security, the safe from outside interference and misuse. So by using data encapsulation and abstraction, we provide the data security to the class and object. We provide data security to the class. So it allow only access the member of that class. It cannot allow the analyze and copy the coding of that class.